tell me a little bit about the start of your career with Gloucester and the academy? How did you first come to be involved with the academy?
So I started up under DPP, so that's under 13s and 14s. So there was like 4 different regional areas. I was based up at St Peter's, just a school down the road, and then just picked up a ball from there. There'd just be like weekly training sessions, and that's when you kind of like improve your skills and really get a love for the game. So I think that's where I fell in love with Gloucester. Just big community of boys, lots of players there. So that's how I started, and then worked all my way up to under 16s, under 17s, under 18s. Played under 18s for 2 seasons as an under 17 and then as an under 18, and then into a full-time job now.
Obviously, Gloucester's known for sort of producing a lot of players that go through the academy into first team. There's loads involved, sort of this season. Is there any reasons you can think maybe that is?
I feel like I think it's the academy. Like they've put a lot of time and work into the boys, even like under 16s, under 17s, under 18s. Even at under 14s, I know there's a lot more coaches now, and definitely when I was there, they'd take a lot of time to come to schools. They'd take a lot of time when you're at the training sessions and stuff. And then when you're under 17s, under 18s, you're obviously still at school, but you have that connection here at Gloucester where you can come in and really hammer down and work on skills. So I think that's how Gloucester are able to keep a lot of like academy players through their program, to be honest.
In terms of the sort of like training and support given then through the academy, how do you feel you developed? How do you think they helped you as a player?
I'd say they helped me a lot. I was a football mad kid, even growing up at like 13, 14, 15 years old, and I think they managed to find the switch for me to click and to fall in love with the game, to be honest. The amount of hours I've spent with Matt Teague, the S&C coaches at 18s and 17s is enormous. I've spent a lot of time with them, and I think that's why I fell in love with it, and I think that's why I've developed so much as a player, and I'm here where I am now.
Oh, you were in the academy for a few years then. At what point did you realise actually I've got a sort of shot at the end of 18 to sign a professional contract and being offered one?
I think it came after a lot of consistent games. Like as an under 17, I got the chance to start in every single one of the under 18s games for the first Decade Academy League season, and that gave me so much confidence. And going into my actual under 18 season, like going into that with full of confidence, I knew that all I had to do was just showcase my talent and show the coaches here what I can do and what I can bring to the team in the senior environment. So I think that's pretty much it.
And then once you signed that professional contract, then you're now a professional rugby player. What's that transition like going from college lad, academy player to now professional rugby player? How does that development go through?
It's a lot different, in here every day. You're spending, good chunk of your time here. It's a big switch in terms of like personality as well, like maturity and character development. Whereas, classic school lads, you enjoy your time there, probably focus more on having fun than actually doing more education. But when you come here, it's, heads down, you've got to work hard. There's people in front of me that are in my spot that I really want. So coming here every day, I know that I have to work hard in order to get that spot.
Then obviously 18 season hasn't long finished now, so there's a few boys that would have signed professional contracts. What advice would you give to the lads sort of in the 70s going up to the 18s now in terms of their journey trying to become a professional player? What advice would you have for them in their last year?
It's quite cliche, but work hard. I think that's what you can do is like, if you put the extra hours in, even when the coaches don't see it, it's gonna portray out in the field, and then the coaches are gonna see it. So you've got to be diligent. You have to, especially with that school kind of and an academy under 18s lifestyle, playing rugby as well. It's difficult to manage. It is difficult to manage, especially I had that during my A-levels. But you have to stay diligent. You have to work hard. You have to give it your all. And if at the end of the day it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it does, then you know you've worked hard for it.
Have you got any memories sort of from the academy? I spoke to a few of the academy lads now. They basically said they just love seeing each other sort of quite often. Have you got any good memories from being in the academy for those few years?
Probably my first game back after injury. I was under 17 playing under 18 against Bristol. That was my first game back, and it was probably the best rugby I've played since a kid all the way up to now. But like you said, it's kind of the environment that was something that clicked for me. Coming in every, I think it was Tuesday, Thursdays, and you just get to see a bunch of lads you don't see quite often. It was a kind of warming environment.
And then obviously you see your debut season with the first team now, made your debut at the start of the season, made your Prem debut last week. Obviously you had quite an impressive England under 20s campaign, was obviously in highlight reels of the interceptions, long sprints and stuff. How do you feel you're developing now as a professional player? Sort of, what are your goals for the near just your career as a whole?
I feel like I've developed a lot. It's been a short kind of 6 months now, from September onto now, and been at Hartbury in the Championship through September to December, and I think that's really challenged my game. You're coming up against ex-professionals, semi-professionals who are looking to play for a club in the Prem, so it really challenges you in that way. And then, like you said, the 20s went well. We won the Six Nations, which was always a bonus. Managed to play my part in a few bits. It was enjoyable, really enjoyed it. And then, like you said, Prem Cup debut in September, and then Prem debut last weekend. Couldn't ask for a better season, really. Looking forward to the next season and seeing how I can progress there. Like I said, there's boys in my spot who I want that spot, basically. So it's about working hard, working with the coaches, and most of all, working with the players around you. Yes, you want someone's spot, but the only way you're going to get it is if you're going to learn off them and things like that. But yeah, it's been a good season and looking forward to the rest.
And then you said your local lad went to school around here. How does it feel to play for Gloucester, to pull on that turn white shirt?
It means a lot. It does mean a lot to me and my family. I've lived here for 19 years of my life now. I've been to school up at Dean Close in Cheltenham, and then Catherine Lady Barclays as well. So it does mean a lot to wear the jersey. Coming here as a kid, especially coming to watch the games at King's Own, was something that I really remember as a young kid, about 14, 15. That's where I fell in love with Gloucester, I think, and that's where I was like, okay, that's where I want to be. I want to be there in 4 or 5 years' time. Looking back on it now, I couldn't be prouder.